Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Evening, boys and ghouls.
Oh, yeah, I said that for a while, haven't you?
Where the fuck have you been? Where's everyone been?
Yeah, where you all been? It's been a while, crocodile.
Who knows what's been going on? Who knows?
So we're back today with a review of a 2018 movie.
And I'm going to come to that in a minute.
But you come to that, sorry. Yeah, you know. The Barn, anyway.
The Barn!
So, I sold this to you tonight as a low budget horror.
I knew nothing at all. Like zero.
Have you even heard of it before?
I recognised the cover, but I don't know
cover.
where I recognised the cover for. And when you put it on and started talking about it, what threw me was when you said this was like 2016, 2017 movie. I genuinely thought from the beginning, and I genuinely thought this was an 80s movie.
It looks good, doesn't it? They've done a good job on the way it's...
It's not set in the 80s like a lot of nostalgic films now. It is made to be an 80s movie. It's made to look and feel, and it's an 80s movie. And that...
Does it well.
Does it well. There's one bit of dodgy CGI blood near the beginning. Beyond that,
there was
the
that one
rest of it looked and felt very 80s to me. From the soundtrack to the way it was like got like a
awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, it's like
awesome synth rock soundtrack.
Do you want to synopsisize this?
So it's about two young lads, Sam and Josh.
This 80-minute movie that had a hell of a lot of story going on to it.
Yeah, 80, 90-minute movie. It's mainly about three demons.
Yeah.
Three demons.
Because they always come in threes.
That's
That's probably disrespectful for the Holy Spirit. If the Conjuring movies have taught me anything, it comes in threes.
Right, so the three main demons are the Candy Cane Scarecrow, the Boogeyman who tunneled out of hell,
The Digger, also known as
the Digger.
That's a good backstory for a character.
Yeah, and Hollow Jack.
Yeah, it's
Basically Pumpkin Man.
Basically Pumpkin Man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they all have their own little thing. But the Digger story, that the devil's,
like
the
pumpkin.
devil's digger.
He places pumpkins to use as to see through to.
Yes,
his
anywhere
vision.
you've got a pumpkin on, because it's set on Halloween. It's set on Halloween.
Halloween.
So anywhere you have a pumpkin, the pumpkin head man can see out of it, and can kind of transport to it. Yeah.
So essentially, there's a group of kids go to the woods on Halloween, and there's this urban tradition or kind of folklore about going up to a barn, knocking 3 times and saying trick or treat. So these kids do that. Sam and Josh and his pals.
Because Sam's a Halloween nut. He loves Halloween. He loves Halloween lore. He loves following the rules of Halloween. A lot of the rules of Halloween, which he says are my rules of Halloween, but seem to also be the rules of the film. He kind of makes some of this shit up.
To him,
Yeah, I love a good Halloween story.
So they do this. They're playing
Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare, as most kids do, Halloween. Anyway, he gets
referred to them as kids a lot, and they do go trick or treating, but they are like 20, aren't they? It's not It's not like saying that they're. It refers to them as kids, and they go trick or treating dressed up.
I would say the high school kids is.
They're old age high school kids, like 18.
Yeah, right. So sixth formers.
They were driving. I mean, I know in America you can drive younger, but surely if you're driving, most people who go driving don't go trick or treating unless they got kids. That's a little bit weird, but hey.
So
I go trick or treating. I might go tonight.
Trick or treat.
1 month away in.
So he knocks on the door and basically summons these 3 demons. And the demons are there to, when they're summoned, they have to go and collect meat or flesh to feed to the devil.
Because he's hungry.
Because he's hungry.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a twist towards the end with a priest.
Whoa! Spoilers!
Yeah, well, it's all
Well, I say that. You don't really spoil anything.
I just said that, but I don't know how I'm going to explain how he got there and the purpose of him being there.
Well, there was quite a lot of story. For something that was quite simple, and it took that idea which a lot of low-budget horrors do, which is like, take them to an area and cause some chaos. There was a lot of twisty-turny story developments. And I'm not going to say I got lost, because it did kind of all make sense. But there was bits going on where it's a bit like, why is this happening? Because the story says it needs to happen, but
yeah,
the
ending got a bit like that for me.
If you didn't pay a lot of attention, and it's not a film that necessarily requires that much attention, elements of the story would have made no sense. Like oh, there's a little tiny twist because someone said something an hour before, and that was slightly obscure. The level of complexity to a straightforward story was not necessarily.
It
needed.
started very straightforward, but it started to get a bit clever towards the end and
A
complicated.
bit clever.
But ultimately, it's just well, it's a bit of a slasher fest, isn't it? Really. Pros then. Pros to me.
Soundtrack was awesome. It
I
proper
really enjoyed
took
the practical effects. There was quite a lot of practical effects, a lot of intestines. And
I
things like
read, just had a quick look now, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but I read that all the special effects artist was fired and all reshot. So they reshot all the
Right,
effects
okay.
after originally being done because they
That's
looked too
interesting.
crappy. But yeah, echoing that though, your soundtrack was brilliant. The whole thing, the music
Yes,
was
that's it.
80s metal knockoff music, but it sounded like Motley Crue, it sounded like Alice Cooper, it sounded like, every sound in it sounded almost like a song you knew, but wasn't for copyright reasons. And the score was great.
Yeah.
It sounded very much like, I'd say, like later era John Carpenter, sort of more
yeah.
Mouth Madness, sort of that, getting a bit more guitars, a bit more metal, but still had that overtone or undertone to it.
I really like the characters as well, the three main demons.
Yeah.
I like the character design of the main
I think they did a
three
good job
demons.
of that.
Yeah, they were, you know.
I like the Pumpkinhead guy with the fact that he had flames in his eyes, which
Yeah.
was obviously an effect, but it looked pretty good. I quite like that.
Yeah, and towards the end you got lots of blood and guts and splatter and shit like that.
None of it played really for scares, all played for fun.
No, it was
And
exactly.
I wonder if because it tried to play a lot of it straight and then kind of.
Do you think?
I felt
I didn't get any straight.
I don't like. It couldn't decide in places if it wanted to play something quite straight and a bit more gruesome, or it was because it obviously was going very tongue in cheek in places. But I don't know. I don't know. There was bits of it I'm like it's been a bit too serious. Maybe it's because it was a bit too plot heavy.
Okay.
But I didn't mind the acting. We did laugh a few times.
Linnea Quigley from
She's
Return of the Living Dead.
she's
fame.
good in Return of the Living Dead.
Oh,
she ain't
is.
great in this.
Bless her.
She ain't in it a lot.
No, she's got a cameo in Ari Lehman. That's the guy's name, the original Jason.
He was fun cameo.
Dr. Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good cameos from
The main kids I thought were fine. They were
Yeah.
sort of standard fine. I thought, they didn't like.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
For what was expected.
Um,
I expected it to be really, low budget crap. It was a lot better than I had expectations for.
And do you know what? That about sums up it for me exactly. I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought it was, a horror movie sort of thing, like horror movie channel, late at night, put it on. I'd have had a great time with this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it's hard to compare it to anything else, but I'm thinking the same sort of feeling I got probably with something like, what's the Robert Englund one with the field? Field of... In the place. House of a Thousand Corpses. No. That's not what I'm thinking.
Hatchet.
No. Struggling. I'm thinking of something. You'll know what this is out there. Robert England, that little it's a bit like an Amish community. And they all go in. Field of Screams? Am I making these?
Do you wanna-
No. You,
no idea what you're talking
you
about.
don't. Oh, what the fuck?
Anyway, right.
I can't remember. Slate.
Slate. But anyway, pleasant surprise, The Barn. So if you can get hold of it, definitely recommend watching it.
I'd recommend watching it.
It's a good watch, good late night watch. Yeah, it's a good time. So that's it. Are you actually going to figure out this movie? 'Cause
Really
it's
struggling here because
it's bugging me now. It must be bugging you lot.
It's bugging you. Look. It's one of these. How many movies has Robert Englund been in? He's not even like the main character. He's like the vicar. He's like the town. I bet you're getting really mad at me if you're watching this out there. I went, guys.
Is this a real movie? He's not.
2001 Maniacs.
Oh,
House of a Thousand
Field
Corpses.
of. I thought it was.
Field of Screams. Is that like
How is Field of Screams in 2001? Field of Dreams.
Because it's
I've not seen that 2001 Maniac. Is it any good?
It's tacky fun.
Is it better than The Barn?
I think it probably might. Different movies. Hard to compare. I was going with the vibe of that kind of like I mean, actually, you're probably quite close when you said Hatchet.
Do you know what? There's been a lot of 80s throwback kind of imitation 80s movies. And this
I'm a
is
little
one of
bit
the,
burnt out with 80s horror.
To be honest, this is
throwbacks.
probably one of the best I've seen for a while.
Yeah.
And considering it's
not
a
including
low budget-
movies set in the 80s which
Yeah,
are not
yeah.
meant to be 80s style films.
Yeah,
Like I'm thinking like some awesome movies like Summer of '84 and things like that, which
Yeah.
are really good. But films that are actually made like a bit, to feel like they are one of those sort of movies.
Yes.
I would absolutely take this as an 80s burning knockoff. I mean, knocked off everything, this film, actually.
I mean, there's a lot of scenes I think paid homage to the horror genre.
Oh, absolutely.
The bit with the shears, I went, that's like the burning. There was another scene in it.
There was a Nightmare on Elm Street where the music sounded suddenly Nightmare, sounded like
My
the
Bloody
Runaway from
Valentine
Freddy.
with
My
the-
Bloody
with the-
Valentine, very much so. But I enjoyed it. I
If
enjoyed
you're a horror
it.
fan and you want a good time, can't go wrong. That's it then.
it.
We're back. We've done a video.
Well, hey, hopefully we won't have to wait so long till the next one.
Who knows? Right. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Be good to each other. Life is short unless you're a vampire.